even like the train companies are putting money up, and they're just trying to do anything they can to like absolutely rinse the fans, which kills it, and it makes it hard. So some people can't even do it.
Hello, Harvey, and welcome to the Brief Pledge Ball podcast check-in. Could you kick off by introducing yourself, please?
Yeah, so I'm Harvey and currently out here just for the whole World Cup, as long as England are here. So hopefully the whole thing. But I'm with the Football Supporters Association, with the fans' embassies, is just making sure they're all having a good time. But as well as that, I'm here to be a fan and enjoy myself in my downtime. So yeah.
Amazing. And are they all having a good time?
Yeah, it seems to be. Everyone seems to be in good spirits. I mean, Croatia was almost the perfect game for us to kickstart the tournament, wasn't it? It was a bit of a thrilling game, and like there was ups and downs, and then ultimately we actually won it. It was a good start and kind of got the moods flowing for everyone. And then it was nice to head to Boston and New York, two like really big cities and really cool places, really.
Where were you watching the games then?
So I've been in the stadium for all three so far, and currently hoping to be able to go to the other ones. But I know a lot of England fans have been watching them in the fan zones and just local bars. I mean, like especially New York, there's like the dive bars in America where you can walk in, and we were having $4 beers the other night, which in America is
amazing.
like chips, isn't it?
Amazing.
Yeah.
And have you got like good seats in the stadium?
So the seats are they're all right. I mean, like since the $60 tickets for kind of top cappers in England fans, and then the standard like category 3 seats, which you can purchase as part of the travel club. So I've been in the category 3 seats, and like for the price I'm paying compared to everyone else, they're all right. But in terms of as an actual football fan and like what football should be about, they're not great. Like you compare it to Germany. So I did all the games in Germany, and we were like right behind the goal, really within it, felt properly like at the ground. But when you're in a 80,000 seater stadium and you're like pretty much near the top, and that's where all the England fans are really being based. Kind of they go up in a row instead of all being at the base at the bottom. It's like it's brilliant because you're there, and in that moment you don't think about it. But then, like the price you pay for a ticket is ridiculous, and the comparison to other tournaments that's the worst bit. It's just significantly got worse.
So you got your binoculars out then?
Pardon?
So you got your binoculars out then? Is this
I haven't quite got my binoculars out yet, but I reckon if I was in the tier above me, then I would have. But I'm pretty sure some of the stadiums don't even allow binoculars. I know for one of the friendlies when we were in Orlando, there was a big sign and it said the list of things, and you couldn't bring binoculars in. So I'm not sure how many people were allowed to do that.
No way. Why is that then?
I don't know. They're really strict on a lot of things. I think they just. Yeah.
And so where are you staying each time, and how are you getting around?
Yeah, so we flew to Miami first, in Florida, and then just did a road trip up to Tampa and then Orlando for the friendlies, because we had those friendlies before the tournament. So we did those, and that was great. Brilliant weather for them. And then, well, the Orlando game was absolutely pouring it down, so slightly different. And then we drove up to Dallas. So we had a few days. So instead of flying, we did a road trip, and we stopped in Tallahassee, Mobile, Alabama, and Natchez, right on the Mississippi River, which was probably one of our favorite places so far. And then we got to Dallas after 3 or 4 days of driving each time. And then did the game in Dallas. We stayed just outside of the city, maybe a 20-minute drive. And because we had the car, we could drive in every time. And then flew up to Boston, and then did the same thing. We had a few days spare actually. So we went up to New Hampshire, and we went to visit Portsmouth, which is where I'm from. We wanted to go and see the American version of Portsmouth, because we thought, why not? We'll go get a picture with the sign. And then we went back into Boston for the game. And then for New York, we were just outside the city for a couple of nights. And then we managed to get a hotel for a good price in Times Square. So we went and stayed in Times Square for a couple of nights, which was like an incredible experience to just be that close to all the action.
It sounds amazing. So is it, because I know your dad, we had your dad on the podcast just ahead of the World Cup, and I know he was
Yeah.
pretty, I guess, worried, slightly reserved about how it will play out this time. He didn't feel like it was done for fans, with fans in mind. He was worried about the heat with the queuing. He was worried about the ticket pricing, obviously. He was worried about security. How has it kind of all played out?
Yeah, so like ultimately it's a World Cup and people are excited because a lot of people there might be their first World Cup, or it might be the time where they actually get to see England win, or all these different things you're thinking. So like at the end of the day, when we get to the game and you're there in the stadium, you kind of forget about those things, and you are there for the football, and it is really exciting. But ultimately the whole time out here, like it has been a lot harder than other tournaments. Like um there's a lot of changes. There's a lot of things different, which I know like England regulars who have been going for years and years probably be quite disappointed with. Um, but there's lots of positives, because as much as like FIFA are causing a lot of problems with the way they're going about ticket pricing, like you are seeing some incredible cities. Like the people in New York, it wasn't them who picked how much the trains were or something. So when you're involved in it and you're in the bars speaking to the locals and you're feeling that excitement of a World Cup, it does kind of go out the window a little bit. Like ultimately the train to the game a couple of days ago against Panama. Usually for an NFL game, I think that's $12, but the price for this weekend was $90, I believe, or
Wow.
even more.
Right.
So even like the train companies are putting money up, and they're just trying to do anything they can to like absolutely rinse the fans, which kills it, and it makes it hard. So some people can't even do it. I mean, we're lucky enough that we had the car, so we managed to not have to do the train. Someone who's been going to follow England for years and years and is so excited about this tournament, that then actually can't even afford to get to the stadium, or they can't even afford car parking, and that side of it is really disappointing. There'll probably be a point in the tournament where if we carry on going, where I have to pick between like getting a ticket and spending too much money, or just skipping it and watching it in a bar and being right there, being in the city and having to watch it in a bar is so like, oh, you've been here the whole time. You want to be in there. If it was the Euros, like last year, I paid €90 for my final ticket at the final.
Wow.
But you can
Right.
like, I don't mind. You don't mind doing that because it's like things are more expensive. But like, you wouldn't even get car parking for €90 at this tournament.
Really? How much is the car
It's
parking?
crazy. It depends how close you manage to park. So in Atlanta, the parking's starting, I think, at $46, and then the closer you get, it gets like to a ridiculous amount, just for a car parking space.
And
But
like,
in
how close
New
do we talk?
York, we parked in New York, in the American Dream shopping center next to the stadium, and probably still took us 15 minutes to walk to the ground.
That's not too bad. It's
So
all right. It's fairly like standard within the UK, because your dad was like, "Oh, some of them are like 2 miles out from the stadium."
yeah, it depends what space you've got. And I've not got the chance to see all the different spaces so far.
Okay, so I've got. It sounds how we thought it would be. It sounds pretty magical out there, if despite it all. How have you found the heat and stuff? Because obviously, well, over here we've had a lot of reports around what the heat is like. How has it
Yeah.
felt?
Yeah, so after seeing all of the things going on in Europe with the heat, especially like England, we're not really complaining about the heat too much, because I'm just how awful it would be being at home with no air conditioning and dealing with the heat waves. So the weather's not been too bad. Like a lot of the stadiums are built for it. So like in Dallas, it's got a roof. It's an air conditioned stadium. In Atlanta, this one's got a roof. It's a stadium which is built for extreme heat. They've got to play in it. They know how to deal with it, and it is bearable. There's times when it's like pretty hard, especially if we're like been outside all day or walking about. Then you do get pretty knackered. Like I don't think the weather's too much of a problem at the moment, and there's not been. I think the France game the other day was the first game where there was an actual delay in
Yeah,
play
right.
because of the thunderstorms. And like we saw that in the Euros, that was in Germany, and there was a delay in play. I think it was the Germany game. They might be playing Denmark. I can't remember exactly. The only problem has been Boston and New York for places which see a lot of rain. For some reason, don't have roofs over the seats. So we had to bring our raincoat, and we did get very wet watching those games. But it was nothing dissimilar to watching England in Latvia and
Gorgeous, yeah.
uh, yeah, whenever we've gone to the qualifying games and got a little bit wet anyway.
Nice. Okay, so I've got a quick fire round for you. Are you ready? Favorite food?
It's the pasta. We had pasta in New York from an Italian place called Tony's, just off of Times Square. And we went 2 nights in a row because it was just incredible.
Same dish?
Shared it. Well, so it was like proper Italian where you get a big dish to share and everyone scoops how much they want off the plate. And this it serves like each dish serves like 2 to 3 people. So we got like a mix and match and could try all the different ones. And I'm going back there if I go back to New York.
Amazing. Favorite place?
Oh, I'd say New York just because the whole place was just incredible. But in terms of the actual football, Dallas was the best stadium.
Really? Why was that? Like the size, the aircon, the atmosphere?
Lots of things like so they had Texas Live right next to the stadium, which like was a big area for fans to kind of gather and like have a few drinks before, which was an incredible place and really built for it. And then like for how hot it was, we walked into the stadium and like instantly hit with aircon. The stadium was huge. They could cope with the amount of people. The concourses were big and it didn't feel crowded until you sat in your seat and you could see all these people. And yeah, there's a roof and aircon. So after being outside all day, I was very, very much enjoying the temperature inside the stadium.
A goal of the tournament?
Oh, goal of the tournament. Who was it? Who was it? I'm gonna go for uh, Vinicius Junior against Scotland purely just because of how like clinical it was. It wasn't like an incredible goal, but he just has a chance and he scores. And I'm so impressed with him this tournament so far.
Amazing. Last one then. Biggest clanger. What's the worst thing for this tournament for you? One thing you changed.
FIFA.
And
Yeah,
there comes your defamation case.
yeah. My tickets will be cancelled now.
Amazing.
um, just there, no. There's such a everything's about money in this tournament, not about the football. And it's a real shame, really, for football fans across the world.
There you go. There's a check-in. And where are you off to now then, Harvey? How long are you there for in Atlanta?
Yeah, so we're in Atlanta now until after the game on Wednesday, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll fly to
Ashford.
Mexico on Thursday or Friday. But if not, then
Let's
we'll be
cross the
flying to Mexico.
border. That's exciting.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to Mexico if we go, because it would just be such an incredible city and to see, and I've never been, so really, really, really want to go through and not lose to Congo.
Mostly for your holiday.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's amazing, Harvey. Thank you so much. We look forward to checking in with you again.
Yeah, brilliant.